Hey, hey, Kentucky Fried Vegan here. We're standing right outside the Riad Fes Colors and Spa. Really nice place I've stayed at for over a week now. Taking a break in between, letting my leg heal up. The world's loudest singer is pushing a broken TV in a cart down the road. I've heard him before, I'm not sure what his deal is. But yeah, I figured it's my last day here in Fes. I'd like to show you all the Medina, the heart of the old city. It is the world's, according to the tour guide I walked with yesterday, the world's largest labyrinth. About 5,000 alleyways, probably 1 million doors, thousands of dead ends. And we're going to see if we can navigate it all the way up to closer to the new city, or at least the Mellah, the Jewish quarter, and the Grand Palace. We're not going to go quite that far, but to the tippy top of the old Medina, at least towards the Blue Gate, which is the main kind of tourist hub. A lot of restaurants, a couple bars. And if we get lost on the way and end up back here, which has happened already to me once, that'll be cool too. Let's see what time we're leaving. It is 11:58. Probably started somewhat like 3 minutes ago, getting the camera ready anyway. It'll be 11:55. We'll see how long it takes us to get back. It's not the prettiest day we could hope for, but it's our last day, and our leg's actually in decent shape. So, we'll take what we can get. Kind of the main thoroughfare of this area. It goes down for probably 10 minutes of walking and ends in a dead-end loop. The taxis go drop people off and they come right back this way. All these little red taxis. You see them everywhere in Morocco. First challenge is just finding the entrance to the Medina. There are a few ways to start getting into the alleyways, but I'm not sure how many of them go all the way through. We might dip into one to check, because I really don't want to walk all the way to the end of this road to get in the way I have before. But beggars can't be choosers. $11:55 we started. How long until someone accosts us, either offering directions or help? We're gonna find out. Restaurant Al Mandar. I ate there yesterday. Super friendly staff. I spent 40 dirham on a breakfast, and the guy ended up bringing out like 8 dishes. 40 dirham is like 4 euros, like $450, and it was just a stupid amount of food. And when I commented on it, he said, "Hospitality." You are welcome. They came recommended by my B&B, but I didn't tell them that. They were just super friendly people, and I see why they recommended it. Different shops opening. Late risers, of course. There's a little little square where buses get dropped off. You'll often see big groups of tourists there. That's where we ended up. The last time I tried to navigate through the Medina, ended up doing a big circle and came right back out there. Hopefully this time we do better. We learned some tricks since last time. There's hundreds and hundreds of signs within the alleyways of the Medina, and they have different shapes, and the different shapes have meaning. I only remember like 2 of them though. A hexagon means a dead end, which is very important. Then there are squares and rectangles and maybe triangles. I think the rectangle means a big important historical area with many exits. Hubs within the labyrinth. All right, and so we begin. Typical thatched roof of the Medinas in the country. Alley cats, of which there are thousands. Doodles and street art everywhere, despite the whole area being the whole city. That's what Medina means, a city. Despite the whole thing being a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So many doors of varying sizes, from hobbit to giant-sized. And there's no indication, no way to know if a small door leads to a palace or a big door leads to a hovel. It's almost completely random. Thank you. Typical traffic jams. Up is usually good, but I don't want to be too good at this. We want to get a little bit lost. So let's go down this random alley. All sorts of crazy support beams everywhere. Oh. Hey, we learned a lesson. Hexagon plate means that's a dead end. Hexagon plate, won't go that way. Square plate, good sign. There's almost no air conditioning used in the old Medina. Instead, they have meter-thick walls of clay and cedar wood. The walls are so thick that they keep the humidity out, and they're just incredible insulators. So the deeper into the old city, the Medina, that you get, the colder it gets. They do, however, have heating, because it does get cold as balls here in winter. We're in a vaguely mountainous region. Oh boy. Big intersection. No signs at the moment. one of hundreds of fountains used for, what did the tour guide call it? Ablution? Where they clean themselves before each of their 5 daily prayers. Dead end. Is feeling like a dead end too. Let's take the other path. Pretty door. Don't know if that's to some rich person's house or a mosque. Mosques are almost indistinguishable from other buildings unless you see one of the towers rising up or happen to be walking by during the 5 daily chants. Starting to think this whole complex is a dead end. The fact that I've seen no other people besides someone leaving their home makes me think that's the case. Whew. What time is it now? 12:08. 13 minutes and we already have to do a major turnaround. Good. Did I miss a hexagonal plate somewhere that would have warned me about this? Probably. See, the streets have all these ramps. That's for if anyone wants to take their motorcycle or bicycle up. They're pretty dangerous when it's raining, though. You don't get a lot of rain because the alleys are so narrow. But when I did my walking tour yesterday, the roads were quite wet, and a lot of them get very slippery, especially the more colorful, fancy mosaic ones. Wet ceramic, not ideal, especially at a slope. All right, this is looking much better, despite the complete lack of people. What is this? Initiative Nationale pour le Développement Humain. That sounds good. Whatever it is. It's times like this I wish I had brought a longer selfie stick. It's tiring trying to keep a good angle. I hear a gaggle of children somewhere near. There are many schools sprinkled throughout the Medina. Fes has 3 cities within it. The old Medina here, the new city, and a third one I don't fully understand. I think it's similar to this one, but maybe not quite as old or as grand. But it used to be Fes was just the old Medina here. And the Medina was separated into hundreds of neighborhoods, each of which would have their own gates that they would close at night for security. Thank you. This place is vaguely familiar. I think I've come through. I want to wander, but thank you. Whew.
Where are you from?
America.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Have a good day. I don't know if the camera's protecting me, but normally one of those guys would have insisted on showing me the way and then would have asked for money afterwards, regardless of if they'd done a good job or not. Okay. That's a square. What's around this corner, though? Probably just backtracking. So let's try the square route. It goes up. Up is good. Pretty child-looking stuff. Yep, that's definitely some sort of school. And now we're going down. It's not a good sign. But there's no way to ever really know unless you're from here. There are main alleyways that you can take that are pretty much straight shots through the city. They're designed by the local government to help tourists navigate, ones who are a little less adventurous and more against walking than I am. And they also happen to take you by many of the most expensive shops. How convenient. I've definitely not been down this alley before. Sometimes I think I recognize areas. This is not one of those times. Excuse me. But it's relatively wide as far as the Medina goes, and clean, so we could be doing worse. Rain and motorcycle, no problem. If this place was flooded with a couple dozen people, it would be more of a deal. Okay, we've got a hanging off the wall sign this time. I don't know what the Ain Azlitan is, but it's got to be something important. Salam. Guy with his strings. He's stretched all down the alley. You see that on occasion. It's a sign of some sort of handicraft making, but I'm not quite sure what. How's my battery doing? Let's see. Seems fine. I don't know why we're beeping. Gaggle of tourists, almost certainly on a walking tour. They're going to get some history, and then the second half of their tour is going to be sitting in shops getting sales pitches. Maybe unless they paid buku bucks or really worked it out with their guide beforehand. But people gotta make a living. Wouldn't mind running into a drink shop somewhere. Cold soda would be nice. And they'll almost always have their soda in a refrigerator, but it is a complete crapshoot. Hey, it's a complete crapshoot if the refrigerator works or not. I'm 90% sure this is where we stopped on my walking tour earlier. I think we're doing very well at navigating at the moment. So I don't want to get up there too quickly, although we do have the way back down, which could take any amount of time. We're not too worried about rushing through this. Just getting lost is almost inevitable. But I do want to see if I can find one of the doorways marking the old separations between the neighborhoods. Pretty sure we came down this way yesterday. And here's a walking tour guide, so very good sign. Right now he's describing. Let's see, let's zoom in. That wooden box up there, kind of drum shaped. That marked, hold on. That marked a secret window. We won't go that way. I don't want to get up in the tour guide space. That marked a secret window that ladies would look through back when Morocco was a more conservative culture and they were basically locked in their homes. It was almost like a castle defense where you could look down on the attackers, but in their case it would be see who's visiting. See if it's a man, and if it's a man, they would need to cover themselves or get a man to open the door for them. If it's a woman, no problem. They can just let them in. Oh, and also has a little hole in the ground for looking, but also so that they could drop coins down to their kids to go and purchase things at the shops that they might need. Oh yeah, we're on the path, all right. Fes Cafe. Check out these cameras. There are thousands of them scattered throughout the Medina. Some definitely for personal and business use, but many of them are watched by the police. This is a very safe area despite consisting only of narrow, dark alleys, especially at night.